Imagine a plant that can't move, can't think, yet somehow knows exactly when winter has ended. Not by the calendar, not by sunlight, but by counting cold days. Before it blooms, this tiny organism does something astonishing. It measures time, and it holds the answer to one of nature's quietest mysteries. Tucked into fields and cracks in concrete is a plant so small you've probably stepped on it. Arabidopsis thaliana. It looks ordinary, unremarkable, until scientists looked closer. This tiny weed has a superpower. It knows precisely when to bloom, down to the season and the temperature. But the way it does this was once thought impossible for an organism without a brain. Arabidopsis remembers winter. For a plant, timing is everything. Bloom too early and a late frost can destroy every seed. Bloom too late and the growing season ends before you can reproduce. Arabidopsis lives in places where the weather swings violently, false springs that can lure a plant into disaster. So nature gave it a remarkable strategy. Winter isn't just cold, it's data, a pattern to track. And Arabidopsis evolved a way to count the cold day by day until it's absolutely safe to begin life again. Inside this tiny plant is a gene called FLC. Its main job is to stop blooming. It acts like a biological brake pedal. As long as FLC is active, the plant will not flower. It won't take the risk. But winter does something extraordinary. The cold temperatures slowly switch FLC off, a little more each day, not instantly. The plant tracks this change. It records the cumulative cold in chemical marks inside its cells, a molecular memory. This is counting in the language of life, a slow, steady dimming of a gene until one day the brake lifts. Then all it needs is one warm signal, a whisper from the sun, and the plant knows it's time. Spring doesn't tell Arabidopsis to bloom. It asks a question. Are you ready? If the plant hasn't counted enough cold days, it ignores the warmth. It waits. But if winter lasted long enough, if that FLC gene has fully shut down, the plant unlocks a hormonal cascade that transforms it almost overnight. A tiny rosette of leaves becomes a rising stalk. Buds appear like tiny lanterns. It's a quiet explosion of life, and every bloom is proof. This winter was long enough. This spring is real. Understanding this tiny plant has changed modern science. Arabidopsis is now the lab mouse of the plant world, the model for thousands of studies. Its counting mechanism revealed how cells can store temperature as memory and how biological clocks measure entire seasons. As our winters become shorter and more unpredictable, this little plant is helping scientists protect global food supplies. It's teaching us how plants tell time in a world that no longer behaves like it used to. A weed the size of a coin may hold the key to our future agriculture. We tend to think intelligence requires a brain, neurons, thoughts. But Arabidopsis shows a different kind of intelligence, one written in chemistry, in patience, in the rhythm of cold and warmth. It survives because it listens to a part of the world we often ignore, the slow, steady language of the seasons. This tiny plant doesn't just bloom. It waits. It remembers. It counts. And when the moment is right, it turns memory into life.
Like, subscribe, and let's keep exploring how even the unremarkable can surprise us. Stay curious. This is Unremarkably Remarkable.